this is the new package, and if you're interested in tasting this tea yourself, go and have a look. And in the previous video I introduced you to a white tea that I created myself with leaf that I obtained from the Mandokoro region, which is a small tea producing village in Shiga just outside of Kyoto. Now that tea wasn't very available as I only made 40 grams of it, but I also have the Sencha that they regularly produce in that region, which I would like to share with you, and which I now also finally have available at the tea crane for purchase. I just created this new package, and it's written on traditionally hand-picked Mandokoro Sencha from 2018. It was picked this year, and it's actually from the harvest that I helped hand-pick when I visited the region earlier this year. So I'm very happy to introduce you to this tea and also guide you through a little bit of a tasting here. The leaf I obtained looks like this. It is, as you can see, very rough, large. It has small pieces in it. It has twigs in it. It also has like these lumps in them. It's rough tea, raw tea. It hasn't been filtered, and it hasn't been manipulated in any way after the initial processing, which means that in Japanese this tea is called aracha. And there are several reasons why I prefer to select aracha, and the foremost reason is that anything we obtain from the tea bush has been produced by nature and has been given to us for our consumption. And if we go about just selecting leaf based on how they look and filtering out twigs, larger leaves because they don't look nice, small leaves because they make the tea look messy, then I feel that we're not respecting nature and we're not respecting the tea bush from which we've gotten all this goodness. So I prefer to pick aracha and have everything included, so that when we drink this tea we get a full understanding and a full appreciation of everything that it has given us. Now let me brew this one up for you. I'm not going to put everything in. It's a small teapot that I'm using, so I'm just going to measure, see how much I need. And as with all teas, or most of the teas that I drink, I just use boiled water, about 90 degrees. Because most of the teas that I select are very rich in fragrance. They might have undergone a slight period of withering before they were steamed, and so they're not absolutely 100% green. Well, not 100% as contemporarily green tea is supposed to be. By using a hotter temperature, by using about 90 degrees or more, the tea is able to express more of its fragrance, and so that's what I look for in green teas as well, an interesting and expressive fragrance. And then I would generally steep it for about 40 seconds to a minute, depending on how strong you would like to have it. And so this one is very fresh, it's very green, it's from this year's harvest, 2018, in spring. Look at how beautiful and how green these new leaves are. And you can see that some parts, at some points you have a slight withering, so slightly brown edges. It's not very expressive. But some parts do. And the color of the tea, it's magnificently green. The aroma is already very expressive. It's a little bit green still in fragrance, still very fresh and vegetal. But I do get a strong aroma. Not all teas have an aroma this strong, especially because this tea has also not been processed any further after initial processing. So after initial processing, you would have the finalization stage in which the tea is filtered out and then is again fired. The firing process helps dry the leaf, but it also enhances the aroma, it strengthens the aroma. But if the firing is too harsh, then you get this strong fire aroma. This tea hasn't been fired at all, and it has a very expressful aroma. The expressful aroma comes into the mouth at the moment you sip it, and then it disappears for a while to fill the mouth with sweetness, and then the aroma comes back, and the sweetness it's like a flower going open in your mouth. The sweetness expands, it touches your tongue, your cheeks, comes to the front, and then escapes through the back of the nose, and the sweetness is just there all the time. And it's very mild. Although it's a fresh tea, it's a tea that was produced this year in spring, and so it's supposed to be very stingy still. It doesn't have that expression. It's very milky actually. The mouthfeel especially, it's very soft and gentle, almost velvety as the liquid passes through the mouth. But the aroma is really strong, and it really lingers for a long while. It's still there. I must say that this is one of my favorite senchas, just because it's so expressive, so aromatic, and it's refreshing. It's not a sencha that impacts you too much, and after a few brews you're like, whew, I'm full. Now this one actually has it's full-bodied, and it's really tasteful, but you can just keep on drinking it. It's a really natural sencha, and it gives you an idea of what the region itself is like, because the producers treat it as gentle as they do, using no using no fertilizers apart from organic things such as pampas grass and leaves from coal seed, and they carefully handpick each leaf individually to produce this sencha, and so they're very careful in their approach, and that care really comes about in the taste. So I'm really glad having been able to share this tea with you. I would love for you to get a taste of it yourself, and I was able to obtain only 2 kilos of this year's harvest, and that's about the only amount that I will be able to obtain this year. So the amount that I can offer is limited, but I have made an offer on the home page. This is the new package, and if you're interested in tasting this tea yourself, go and have a look and get yourself a taste of Mandokoro. Thank you for watching. いいね。パパの茶飲む？まだちょっと暑いかもしれない。ちょっと暑い？あ、でも飲めると思う。おいしい。